Watch the field behind the plow turn to straight dark rows. Feel the trickle in your clothes, blow the dust cakes from your nose. Hear the tractor's steady roar. No, you can't stop now, with a quarter section more or less to go.
Hey, we're back here with Wyatt again from Wyatt's Tractor Sales. I'm Lucas Schneider, owner of Schneider Auctioneers. We're here to do another preview video. Wyatt always likes to come up and walk around, take a look, so he can show all his viewers what we've got going on. We've got our biggest auction of the year going right now, just started, is our spring online equipment auction. Everything here does sell no reserve. There's no reserves, no minimum bids that has to be met before this stuff is sold. Everything here will sell to the highest bidder. We've got one of the largest lineups that we've ever had. Our yard is just bulging with equipment. Let's just start right here and look at some tractors. We can walk on down the line. This very first tractor, this is lot 1 in the auction. This is an unused 2023 New Holland Power Master 120, I'm sorry, Power Star 120 with a loader. Tractor has 5 hours on it. It was bought new by a local farmer. He had an opportunity then to buy the farm next to him and decided he wanted to sell the tractor and recoup some of his money so he could buy this farm. So this tractor was sold new here in the past 6 months, but not put into service. It has not been used. The paint's still on the bucket. And so it is an unused tractor. It does still have full manufacturer's warranty on it. Only 5 hours on the meter on that. Got a really sharp 2011 6330 John Deere. Came right off of a local farm here. It's got 2,200 original hours on it. Super nice pre-emissions tractor, pre-def tractor. Hard to find with good low hours. Came from a good home right across the river here off of a row crop and cattle farm. They just bought a brand new one just like it. Super nice tractor. Got a Kubota 2015 Kubota M6 141 here. Tractor's only got 1,700 original hours on it. It was a local dealer trade-in from a new Kubota dealer. They traded the tractor in without the loader on it. Did not ever have a loader on it. It was on a cattle farm, brush hogging, baling hay. They decided they had this unused loader that was left over old stock. That's why it's faded. It was a brand new loader that they never sold. It was 5 or 7 years old, so they decided to put that loader on the tractor. Paint's a little faded on the loader, but it is a brand new loader and only 1,700 hours on that M6 141. So super nice tractor there. Move over here, take a quick look at this excavator. We've got another one of these good Cat 311 FLRRs. This is a 2015 year model. Got 2,500 hours on it. Extremely nice, clean machine. Got a good undercarriage. Got a nice bucket. It's got auxiliary hydraulics, full cab with air conditioning. Super nice machine. We're getting those out of the same place. You might, if you're following us, you'd have seen us selling quite a few of those. We have about one of those, either a 311 or a 312, about every auction. They've been very popular, coming out of a good home. And that finishes this row up. Okay, we've got a lineup of nice older combines here. We've got a 7720 four-wheel drive. She came from right over in Big Springs, just across the river over here. Nice older combine. Got kind of a unique pair of small combines here. Pair of 4420s. Both of these were local one-owner machines. Been living right in this area their whole lives. Sold new out here at our local John Deere dealer in Herman. One of them has got, and I don't know, let's see, this one's got 3,000 hours. This one here only has about 1,400 hours. Those are original hours on both of those combines. They're both very clean. One owner, you know, local combines. They've always been shedded. Both of them been very well kept up and cared for. So super hard to find one of those older small combines with those kind of hours on them. So we're lucky we actually have 2 of those. So we're pretty excited about them. Got a really nice lineup of heavy trucks this auction. International 7600 tandem road tractor here. I believe it has a Cummins in it. Came from a local building supply company down in Owensville. That was a truck they had since new, and they are updating their fleet. Got an older international tandem here. It's got a Detroit Series 60 in it. Came from a construction company down near St. Louis. They were using it to move equipment with. Nice truck. Got an old Chevy C70 here, 366 gas in it. It is it does have a dump bed on it, a Reeker's dump bed with hoist, all working condition. Came out of Washington Lumber down in Washington. C5500 crew cab GMC, kind of an unusual truck to find in a crew cab. Came out of a metal building construction company in St. Louis. They brought it down to sell. Nice little single axle tractor here. Pretty hard to find one like that. It does have the DT530 engine in it. It's got the bigger engine. It's not a 466. It is a 530. It's got the 6-speed Allison in it. It's got air ride. Super nice little truck. If you're following along, this truck was actually in our last auction. We sold it in the last auction, and when the buyer came to get it, it developed an issue with the starter. We gave the man his money back because we couldn't get it to start, and the Pepsi distributor mechanics came and worked on it, and finally they found buried deep in the truck, it had a broken wire going to the starter. It was a very small problem, but it took a lot of time to find, so we have got it fixed and we are going to sell it again. Nice tandem international dump truck here. I believe it's got a Cummins in it. Good tires. It's air ride suspension. Local truck, came out of Lynn, Missouri, down there from a construction company. Got a nice old Chevy C60 single axle dump. Everybody's always looking for a good single axle dump. Came right off of a good dairy farm over on the other side of Washington there, Villa Ridge, from a good family we've done a lot of business with, the Lay family. They've sold a lot of trucks here and equipment, and we always appreciate their business. Clean old truck. I believe it's got a 366 gas in it. Got an International S1900 single axle, another good single axle truck. Got a mechanical 466 in it. Really good tires on the back of that truck. Came off of a farmer right south of here, about 5 miles. Got a C6500, another good single axle. We've got a lot of good single axle dumps this time. We sold this truck a couple of years ago. Came from a local farmer here who had been using it. We sold it to another farmer who thought he was going to use it. Didn't use it hardly at all in 2 years, and now he's brought it back to us. Got a little Freightliner Century single axle here. Got an M11 Cummins in it, air ride suspension. Pretty nice running little truck. Make a good farm truck. It's been a farm truck. Here's something kind of special. Here's something really nice. 2021 year model Dodge Ram 5500, 4-wheel drive, Cummins diesel, Aisin automatic transmission. Truck only has 37,000 one-owner miles on it. So super, super nice truck. Came right off of a local farmer here down by Owensville. Makes somebody a really great truck. Got a pair of really nice New Holland 256 rakes. Both came off the same farm. Probably the nicest 2 rakes I would say we have ever sold. They have been in the shed. They have hardly been used. They're probably 25 years old, but super clean little rakes. Got a Hardy Navigator sprayer here. Got several of these on the auction up and down the line, so take a look if you're looking for a sprayer. Got a whole herd of trailers. My goodness, we must have 40 or 50 trailers on this auction scattered around. We won't talk about each and every one of them. You can see them on the website. But I do want to mention this square baler sitting up here. New Holland 575. That is a one-owner baler. Came from the same place as those New Holland rakes over there. Probably one of the cleaner balers we've ever sold. It has hardly got any bales through it. Came from a local estate here, and just is an extremely nice little baler. So make sure you check that out. Okay, we'll have a look at some of this stuff here. We've got a John Deere 548D log skidder. Really a nice unit. Power shift transmission, got the grapple on the back. Came from a local guy here. It's just a super good running machine. JLG Lull telehandler, I believe it's a 944E. Came off of a local masonry contractor here. Getting up in hours, I think it's got 7,500 hours on it, but it runs really good. Just had a whole new front axle put under it last year at the dealer. I think he spent about $18,000 putting a front axle on it last year. So it's been maintained. Got a Wilmar spray coupe self-propelled sprayer with a John Deere engine. Good running little rig. I think it's got a 60-foot boom on it. air ride suspension, just a pretty nice thing. Older wheel loader here, but a really nice running one. Case W20C, came from a local farmer right down the road here. She's not necessarily the prettiest machine, but it runs very well. It's got new back tires on it. It's got really good front tires. Got a really nice straight bucket on it with good teeth, not all torn up. It's got a big heavy set of 6-foot forks back there behind it that sells with the machine. The forks are included, so you're going to get the bucket and the forks. Just a pretty clean rig. Pretty straight rig, I should say. It's straight. If you gave her a paint job, she'd look really good. Got an older Heister forklift there. Got a pretty unique trailer here. Got a ATC 32-foot on the floor plus the 8-foot nose, so it's a 40-foot enclosed cargo trailer. You could use it for a race car or a show car or a pulling tractor or just general cargo. Does have a ramp on the back. It is an all aluminum trailer. It's not a steel trailer with aluminum skin. It's an aluminum frame, aluminum floor, aluminum roof, so it's all aluminum. Insulated, awnings on both sides, got a big generator compartment in the front, hydraulic jacks, super nice trailer. Be an expensive one to replicate that if you want to go buy a new one, and but it'll make somebody a good trailer. Okay, we'll get into some construction equipment and we'll be back into some tractors. Got a late model Vermeer RTX 450 trencher here. I think it's a 2018 if memory serves me correct. Only has 450 original hours on it. Super nice little trencher. It's got a big bar on it. It's got a Deutz diesel engine. It's got the backfill blade on it. Just a really nice, good running little trencher. Got good rubber on it. Just be a really nice unit. We have got, let's see, 6 JCB mini excavators out of the same home where we've been getting all those from. These are all out of one seller here, fleet renewal package. These are not the same machines we've had in the last 2 or 3 auctions. They look just the same, but they are different out of the same company. We've got 2018 and 2019 year models. We've got hours anywhere from about 300 to about 1,500 hours. All of them have multiple buckets with them. They're all diesel powered, and we've got 3 different sizes to choose from. Some of them have expanding undercarriages, so if you're needing to do any digging, we've got you set up there. Those are super handy machines. They can get into lots of tight spots, and you can really do some, it's surprising what they will do. So got a nice Bobcat E32 here. Came off of a local well drilling company and plumbing company. They had just bought 3 new ones, I think, and this was their oldest one. It's only got about 2,000 hours on it, so pretty late model machine. I think it's a 16-year model. Super nice machine, ready to go. Got a quick hitch on it. Low hour rig, just a nice overall machine. Got a JCB 926 rough terrain forklift. Is a 4-wheel drive machine, so that makes it super handy. You can use it on the farm, get around some places with it. It's got new tires on the back, so super nice machine there. Here's something a little bit different. Here is a 1206 International tractor. You actually have 2 of these on the auction. This one is the less pretty of the 2. Now that's not to say it's a bad tractor. It's a good running tractor. It seems very mechanically sound. It's just not as pretty as the other one that we're going to look at here in a few minutes. We've got another 1206, kind of rare to have one on an auction, more or less 2, and we've got 2, so we're going to show you the pretty one here in a few minutes. Got a nice John Deere 555A high lift. Came off of a local cattle farmer here who is moving to another state. Really a clean unit. Got a good undercarriage on it, nice bucket. Just a nice little high lift. People always love those. John Deere 4210 tractor. Came off of a an estate here locally. It was owned by our former John Deere dealership, or our former John Deere dealership owner here in our town. Super nice little tractor. And we've got a lot of tractors down through here. We've got a Kubota B8200 with a belly mower. Got a pretty nice Ford 2000 gas here. Got a really nice looking John Deere 2550 diesel. Super sharp tractor, got good rubber on it. It's pretty much ready to go. Got a Massey 275 diesel there, pretty nice tractor. Back tire keeps going flat on it though. We've got to air that up every couple days, so that's going to need some attention. Got a John Deere 260 skid steer. Came off of a local small contractor here. Pretty nice unit. It's got about 3,000 hours on it, I think. It's got the over-the-tire tracks, so that's a nice thing. Those are removable. You can take them on or off if you'd like. Got a little Ferguson 35 there, just a nice, good running little utility tractor. Got a Farmall, IH Farmall 544 diesel. That is the same owner that owns the real sharp 1206 that's inside. This is the last of his collection, this tractor and the one that's inside. He's had several restored IHs, and these are the last two that he had. Got a John Deere 2940 here with a bush hog loader on it. Super nice tractor, good running tractor. Got about 6,000 hours on it. Good bush hog quick attach loader, good tires all around. The front tires are nearly new, so that'll make somebody a good hay tractor. Get into some smaller tractors. We've got a whole herd of smaller tractors. Kind of an unusual deal there. IH 2404 Industrial. Nice running tractor. It's got good rubber on it. Just a clean rig there. Got a little Kubota BX 2230 with a belly mower on it back there. Only got about 600-700 hours. Kind of an unusual tractor here. Got a little AC 5015 compact utility tractor. You just don't stumble on too many of them. That thing runs really good. Got a Kubota B 2620 compact back there. Got a pretty clean Ford 3000 gas here. It's got nearly new back rubber on it. Just had some the carburetor replaced and had some work done on it, so it's really in nice shape. Pretty clean little Farmall B back there. Good running little tractor. Got a set of wheel weights on it. Came from a local farmer up by Kingdom City. Pretty clean little Kubota L275 four-wheel drive with a loader. Nice little tractor. It's got new back tires on it. Just a good running little rig there. Got a little Mitsubishi diesel compact back there. Be handy for somebody. Just a nice little compact tractor. We've got a whole herd of vehicles down through here. I'm not going to talk about every one of them, but we'll just talk about a few of them, and then we'll go look at some more tractors because we do have some unique things here. Probably the first Mini Cooper we've ever had. That's an older car, but it's got only about 50,000 original miles on it. It's a John Cooper edition. I'm not an expert, but people tell me that that's a kind of a special one. I believe it's a turbocharged car. Got a beautiful Mercedes convertible, hardtop convertible. I believe that's a 2002 model, but it only has 50,000 original miles on it, so super nice car. Got a pretty nice Dodge crew cab dually diesel there. We've got a bunch of nice Ford F-150s. A couple of these came out of a local company here, local contractor, and they are really nice pickups, been kept up very nicely. So we've got pretty nice old square body here. Everybody's always talking about finding a square body. Nice GMC. It's got super good rubber. Truck runs great. Body has some rust, obviously, but the thing runs really good. I think it's got factory AC on it even. It's just ready to have the body restored, but it runs really great. Down here at the end, we've got a couple of older trucks. They're getting back in years now. They're even calling these square bodies. These weren't called square bodies that long ago, but now they're calling them that. But kind of a unusual pair of trucks. This white crew cab has got a 454 in it. It is four-wheel drive. Has an almost brand new aluminum bed on it. Then this maroon and silver one here has got a 6.5 diesel in it. It has an aluminum bed, and that truck was a one family owner truck, and just super clean pair of older GM square bodies there for everybody with flat beds on them ready to go. Okay, we've got just a few UTVs on this auction, a couple unique ones. Pretty unusual one here. We sell a lot of UTVs. We've never had one. It's a John Deere XUV 590M Anniversary Edition. Got some special things on it. It's got some special wheels. It's got some special suspension. It's got a winch. It's a special paint job, as you can see. Super nice unit. Low miles, low hours. Really nice, clean unit. Cub Cadet Big Country. I think it's only got like 100 hours on it. Got a Honda engine. Came from the man who were selling the 12064. Extremely nice unit. John Deere 625i Gator. Came from a local farmer here. Super nice unit. Doesn't have a lot of hours and miles on it, so ought to make somebody a good unit there too. Okay, we're back in the very back in dead row. We've got some things here that do not run, but Wyatt always likes to walk through and have a look at the projects we might have for somebody. So pretty nice old grain truck there. It's an older model, but it's got a big 427 in it. Tandem axle truck. It's an actual air brake truck. A lot of those weren't, but this one's an air brake truck. It's got a really good Reeker's bed on it. Truck's been sitting in a barn down in Washington for about 10 years. It's not run in 10 years. The motor is free. It's not stuck, but it's not running right now, so that's the way we're selling it. Got a little 656 utility. Kind of an unusual thing. You don't just see too many of those. It is a diesel. This tractor, the seller had running and drove it on the trailer when he brought it here. When it got here, it's got some kind of a starter issue. He could not get it to start. We could not get it to start, but it was running when it drove on the trailer to come here. So I think it probably needs some wiring work and some starter work. You might could get it going. Kind of a unusual tractor, kind of hard to find. Got 2 sets of weights on the back, really good tires. So got a little Cub Cadet, or Cub Lowboy, excuse me, with a belly mower on it. Kind of the same situation as that grain truck over there. The seller had inherited it and had been sitting in a shed for like 10 or 15 years, and it drove into that shed. So I think if you were a little bit of a mechanic, you could probably get that going. This is something, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, Wyatt. I'd never seen one before this came in. It's actually made by Alice Chalmers. 6x6 amphibious ATV. Obviously not running, but didn't know Alice Chalmers ever made such a thing. Never heard of one, never saw one until this one came in the gate, but there she is. So make somebody, some AC collector, a good project there. I got another one of those little Mitsubishi tractors there. That one is not running. Late model Ford F350 that has the Power Stroke diesel in it. Truck is being sold as a non-runner. The man that brought it in here, who's been a good customer of ours, just had $7,000 spent on the engine. They did all that and it still wouldn't run. So I don't know, if you're a Ford diesel mechanic, you might be able to make that work for yourself. Okay, we're going to head on back over to the building now, but before we go over there, we're going to walk down part of the implement row. This is just a very, very, very small part of our total implement inventory here, but we're going to hit on a few things. Got a super nice HX15 John Deere 15-foot batwing cutter. Came from a farmer up by Mexico, Missouri, who's been a good customer of ours for years. That cutter is really nice condition, field ready to go. It's an HX15. It's the heavier one. It's not the light duty one. So I think that's the mid-grade cutter. It's a good heavy unit. Got a lot of good balers on this auction. We won't talk about every one of them, but we've got a bunch of them. We've got some good bigger balers. We've got some good smaller balers. John Deere 335 there is kind of a hard one to find. There's not too many of those small ones around. Got a super nice Vermeer 5410 Rebel. Came from a farm right down the road here from an estate. That baler is in great shape. It has not baled a ton of hay, so if you're looking for a good 4x5, that is a really nice unit. We have got V-rakes just all over the place. We've got headers all over the place, so if you're needing a good rake, we've got a ton of them. Got a nice Vermeer 5400 Rebel. That's the series before the one we just looked at. Really nice smaller 4x5 baler there too. Super nice grader scraper here. Pretty unique unit. It can be 3-point or pull type. It's hydraulic lift in the back, but it also has an electric pump on it to where you can use it if your tractor doesn't have remotes, and that's all working. It's got the battery with it, everything you need. We'll walk on down this way a little more. We've got silage wagons, we've got silage choppers, we've got manure spreaders, we've got grain carts. We've got a windrow inverter. That's kind of a hard thing to find. You don't see too many of those around. We've got rafter M bale accumulator. Here's for small squares. We've got more rakes. We've got B rakes lined up all over the place. If you need one of those, we ought to be able to get you one of those. We've got several nice campers on this auction. We've got our smallest one and our biggest one sitting here side by side. We've got some other ones scattered around, but super nice little R-Pod, 18-foot single axle, really clean little trailer. And then we've got this big Forest River Vengeance toy hauler. I think it's a 39 or a 40-footer. Big trailer, got a big garage in the back. I think we figured out it'll sleep 8 or 9 people. So that's a super nice unit if you're looking for a big toy hauler. And I think that about does it for this row. So why don't we go inside and check out a 1206. Okay, Wyatt, this is the one everybody's talking about. Everybody's been coming to see. You notice we don't often keep tractors inside our warehouse. They're usually always sitting outside on the front line, but we made an exception for this one. Super sharp 1206 turbo diesel. It's unusual to get one of them on an auction, and here we have 2. Obviously this is the prettier of the 2. Came out of that collection down at Washington, Missouri. We sold several of the tractors out of that collection last fall, and then this is the man's last collector tractor. He wanted to hold on to this one to the very end and have it be the last one he sold. He restored it himself, did most of the work himself, a little bit of the mechanical work he hired out, and I think he maybe had the sheet metal painted by someone else, but tractor's got new tires on it. It's had a bunch of mechanical work. The TA has been gone through. It really runs as good as it looks. It is just a sharp running tractor, and certainly a sharp looking tractor. Shifts good, starts good. TA is good in it. It's got 2 remotes. It's got both PTOs in it, 3-point. We've got a box of parts that goes with it with some of the original badging and emblems and things as well. He did put the newer style upgraded steps on the side of it to make it easier to get on and off of. And if you're all about originality, I think there's only 2 bolts holding that on there, so that can come right off and you can put an original style step back on it. But he has put about 7 hours on the tractor since all this work was done, so it's just been sitting in a heated and cooled shop with carpeting in it, and so it's not been living a hard life since it's been redone. So if you're looking for a 1206, it'd be pretty hard to find a nicer one, I think. So from the same home as the 1206, we've got this little Cub Cadet 129 hydro mower, restored about equally as nice as the 1206, and came from the same home out of the same collection. And it runs about as good as it looks. So super nice little mower there out of the same home.